Hello, beautiful. I want to be vulnerable with you today, and I hope this video becomes an inspiration for you. Let me tell you my story. There was a time in my life when everything looked perfect from outside, but inside, I felt completely unhappy and felt alone, and I was in a soul-draining relationship where I gave everything, my time, my body, my heart, and still I ended up unchosen. Like something inside of me was fundamentally broken. I kept falling into the same patterns over and over again. I tried so much things. I did everything good. I did good and right things, or at least I thought so. But you know what? Nothing changed until I was more and more disappointed with love, with the idea of family, with a man. Very much I hit an emotional button, and it was really hard for me to admit. It was easier for me to leave, actually. So at some point I left into spiritual practices and I found my truth. Yes, my truth. I meet myself, I learned to love myself, I learned to love with wide open heart, I became empathetic, I healed my wounded self, I learned everything about my emotions, and of course there was another age for it. I started falling in love with every guy because I started learning about them as a highest divine potential. It was another bottom. For 17 years, I was in research of ancient spiritual practices. I learned every single sacred sexual embodiment and femininity principles and everything about a relationship until I really found the biggest problem within me. Neither all of these extremes of my life held the answer, because actually what was missing for me is something that I would say organized inner system of relationship. Just like when we build a business, it really requires discipline, it requires some skills, and relationship are also a distinct area of our life, and it's also have its own organized principles that actually work. With these principles, with this inner system, we can build attraction for our life partner. And all of this knowledge lives inside of you, inside of your body. And through this build system, I was able to create the closeness with the man that I had so passionately dreamed of. And I know this is possible for you too, and I have guided so many women, hundreds of them across the world, to other shore. So through my method, women meet their future husbands. They restore lost connection and sexuality. They unlock their sexual freedom, their aliveness, and this transformation is available to you right now. So what you'll discover in this video, stay with me till the end. In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you what actually an organized relationship system looks like. What the most essential qualities and skills are that you need to open your heart while holding your principles. What is that? What steps are important to take before entering a sacred union, and how to rebuild your priorities to create true closeness to your existing relationship, how to create a relationship that is both deeply passionate and spiritually devoted, and what a true sacred union is actually made of. And whether you're single or you're calling your divine partner, or you're in a relationship that has lost spark or depth, and or you're in a season of dating, This video will give you the map of your path. What I'm about to share took me 17 years to learn, and I'm giving it to you in the next few minutes. I want to say this to you. There is nothing wrong with you. You are enough. You just simply need bring order to your priorities and your value system in your relationship. And that's exactly what I'm here to show you. Here's what I discovered over 17 years of deep study and work with women. Every thriving relationship is built on 3 sacred forces. And the first force is our soul. And in its form, soul principle, that love and devotion open in our hearts. This is about following your inner truth. This is about standing in your sacred center and being fully devoted to your spiritual heart. That is behind your physical heart, being devoted to God and to your vision through your soul. In spiritually awakened woman, the soul comes first. From here, we can make decisions, we give gratitude, we pray, we manifest, we set direction for life, we dream, we love, we speak to our partners and to others. So to reach this center and to continuously dwell in a soul state, in love, we practice taking inner steps first. We are resolving difficult questions from within. Our spiritual world means our inner world. It's a world without cultural conditions, without taboos, without pain, fear, without hatred, without jealousy, or any kind of dependency. Our spiritual heart cannot be broken. And so through spiritual practices, the main thing we're accomplishing is we shortening the time that it takes to receive what the soul desires for us. It leads us. And on my program of Sacred Union Evolution, I transmit these sacred codes. For example, how we can stay in our divine heart, in our love, without falling out of it. We always falling out and coming back, falling out and coming back, but we are practicing towards like standing strong, anchor our state of being spiritually awakened, soul awakened, inner world awakened, and aware towards our actions and our thoughts and our feelings. So how to keep the soul in priority without going out of the world, but staying in the world, and how to keep it in the most difficult moments as love on a background. So how to not fear the God and how to lead man towards this sacred path through communication. Alright, so second force we are going to is our mind. It's about our romance. For example, we can use a following vision of our soul and create our unique love culture, our values, our rituals, our memories, our future and visions. Our mind holds all our programming about every our relationship, and it's like a typewriter that records everything in our life, consciously or subconsciously, and when actually it's time for us to update our programming, we may find ourselves in anxiety, in fear, in hatred, or any kind of reaction. But to be honest, we cannot rewrite our stories, our programs from this state of mind. We can only rewrite it from our love, means from our soul, from inner world. So what I'm offering to do on a Sacred Union Evolution course, it's one-on-one coaching program with me for 3 months. I invite you to reimagine your inner programming. Give your mind new definitions, nourish it with sacred spiritual wisdom, and teach it to keep the soul in priority. And type right after the soul, after our inner work. And so from our love, we create clarity. The third force is our sexuality. It's our body, and it's energy for action. This is your life force, your burning desires. It's your emotional truth. The raw, alive energy that lives in your body, in your womb especially, and it's holding on emotional shadows and reactions, and we are keeping it in our womb. And it's the greatest treasure, because when we are digging into our womb wounds, we realizing the hidden potential that is stored in our body and that we gain as the energy to realize the desire of our soul. And when we warming our body, when we are awakening with a lot of great practical tools, we're making it alive, we are creating proactive behavior that is capable to co-create with a sacred act together with our divine heart, with our soul. So when we bring up from the depths of our shadow nature everything that blocks love from flowing freely, especially in a difficult moment, we begin to see our true needs, we start feeling passion, and we start easy speaking to our partner with a great dignity instead of being reactive. Without this way of destruction, without the connection with our body and soul we express through our animal nature, sometimes it can be sharp, sometimes it can be destructive, but we have been given a deep conscious power, and that power is our ability to lift all our reactions into the heart, alchemy, and carry the light of a soul into the world, and especially to our partner. And this doesn't mean I have no boundaries, or my boundaries actually is the light that is becoming very clearly defined. And when all three forces are in harmony, you create a sacred union, deep love, lasting passion, emotional safety, shared purpose, oh my God, and that relationship that is truly, fully alive. The biggest problem for most women is trying to build a beautiful house starting from the second floor. You can see there is a ground floor, there is a base floor, and there is a second floor. So completely skipping the foundation and the wondering why it's keep collapsing. And in Sacred Union Evolution program, I transmit the deepest tantric principle of organized relationship ethics, how to strengthen each floor on your inner house in real life, in the moment. The foundation is your inner world, your shadow, your wounds, your unprocessed reactions. Until you learn to do the inner work, your emotional intelligence will not rise. Right in the moment is important. When reaction is coming up, do something with that. Pause with a pleasure. An organized inner foundation brings you into the clarity from which you can communicate actually within yourself, and relationship is a non-stop communication of all of your systems. And then when you have your clarity and you have your connection with your inner shadows, that is actually giving you the clarity when you're connecting to it. What is your needs and what is your desires, what is your feelings, and how you acting towards it to reveal your true self. And this is the most important key to your intimacy. That's how you become magnetic. And that's where my work guides you through on all levels. So from your deepest shadow all the way to the sacred union with your beloved. when we are going through all three in priority, we are capable to build a sacred union. We are capable to reveal our sacred sexual deep desire, need, and show up as magnetic woman. And of course, that's how we can open up for more in our life, because we don't need to use emotional intelligence to try to resolve or dissolve all of the things and wait for years when all our emotions will be alchemized, or like psychotherapy will heal it. So to build the harmonious evolution of relations, it's good to have a great tools to stand and to anchor your sacred union inside and outside, that you can reveal yourself in the greatest opportunities for the world. If you watched this far, something in you recognized what I'm sharing, and you feel it, and oh my God, this feeling, that is your soul saying that this is the path. So here is what I want you to do right now. Schedule the Breakthrough Love Align call with me. On that call, we'll look to exactly where you are right now, what patterns are keeping you stuck, what your deepest vision on love actually looks like, and we'll map out the specific path forward for you. So I've been doing this work for 17 years. I lead retreats and masterclasses around the globe. I was guiding hundreds of women through this exact transformation. I work privately one-on-one with women who come to me completely disconnected from their bodies, their desires, their feelings, their capacity to love, their sexuality, and I watch them step into sacred union with themselves and with their partner. I study directly with great masters of tantric and Taoist traditions. I immerse myself in the teachings of sacred sexuality and femininity. But more than that, and any certification or knowledge, I live this through my own experience. I have built a relationship with my own body, with my own sexuality, with my divine heart, with my womb, and with the ability to enter into true contact with my beloved from love, from the very foundation. And what I bring is a complete system that works on all three levels simultaneously, and I help you feel the path of your soul, of your soul partnership, and I will help you to embody that. Schedule your breakthrough call, push the button below, and I'll be watching for you.